legends, welcome back. Today I'm going to a waterfall, a couple of waterfalls hopefully, and some nice cascades. The waterfall I'm going to is on Coree Creek. This is Coree Creek Lower Falls. I've had about 40 mil of rain over the last couple of days, so I'm hoping that we got some decent flow. On my drive out, I always have 2 points of interest that I like to check to see how the flow's going to be, to sort of give me an idea of if we're going to get flow or not. And the first creek that I go past, if there's water in it, normally means, yep, we're on. There's a second creek that if that's flowing, then we're really on. Now, first creek, good. Second creek, no good. So we're going to have flow. I'm not sure how much, but this is a bit of a mission to go check it out. And after Coree Creek, we're going to go to Pierce's Creek. Pierce's Creek, I've done the upper as well. I haven't done the lower. So we're going to go to Lower Creek Falls, and where it actually flows into Cotter Dam. Had heaps of rain over the last 12 months, really, ever since the massive bushfires in December, January 19 to 20. We've had a really wet year for this region, which is fantastic, which means good for the land and obviously good for me, because I've been getting out and finding all those awesome waterfalls. Anyway, let's kick on, see what we can find. Hopefully we've got a bit of flow. Oh wow, we made it to the creek, and I'm glad to say that she's flowing pretty good. Excellent, beautiful, crystal clear little creek. Just as I rocked up, there was a water dragon in that tree. Jumped into the creek, it was fantastic. Geez, it would have been cool to get that on film, but you can't predict that stuff. Anyway, we've got plenty of water, which is good. I don't think we're too far from the falls. This track's gonna get us fairly close, and then there's gonna be a bit of bushing involved, but we'll see what happens. Getting there, I'm getting excited. Really excited. Now, let's cross the creek. There we go. Not far away now. Just come along a couple of old four-wheel drive fire trails that are now closed off, overgrown, and coming up to a bend in the track here now, which is basically going to be where I turn off and start going through that business. Nothing but bush. So there's some real nice birds chirping, but they've just stopped. I was hoping you might hear them. Let's just stop for a minute and have a listen. Couple of little ones around here, but there were some really big birds over there chirping their heads off. It's quite nice. Just the sound of the bush. Can't beat it. Anyway, I think it's about time to turn off. The track's gotten flat, and we're not far from the falls. I think we are going to turn very soon. Let's just have a look up here. I'm excited. Sometimes the best way to get to these waterfalls is to go straight up the creek. And being summertime, it's not too crazy. I've come up some of these creeks in the winter and my feet have just been numb. But it's so dense and slow around the sides, and there's like prickly bushes and blackberry bushes and stuff. It's just so slow and so tedious. But coming through the creek is the best option. We've had a casualty too. Poor old microphone came off and was sitting in the drink for a while. I had it clipped on here as usual. Actually came across a bee's nest just back there, and walking up to it, a swarm of bees started attacking me. I was waving and ran away from them, and that's when this came off. I actually got up to this point here to do this little film because he's sitting on a rock there, and noticed that this was missing. So I went backtracked, went all the way back for quite a while, 20 minutes maybe, and then got back up to the bees and thought that's probably where it came off. And yeah, I was right, it's sitting in the drink. The dead cat's gone and it's most likely dead. It's not working, it was on when it hit the water, and who knows, sit it in some rice for a few weeks, a couple of days maybe, not a few weeks. It might come back on, but they're pretty inexpensive. They're only about 30 or 40 bucks, so I'll buy another one. Apologies for the sound from this point onwards though. It won't be as nice, but it's not going to ruin the video. We're nearly at the falls. Let's go. Whoa! Oh, believe it or not guys, this microphone has started working. Unbelievable, I actually can't believe it. DJI, fantastic. This microphone was in the water for 20 minutes. It's just been sitting in the sun over there. I decided for shits and giggles to turn it on. It powered on, it updated, and now it's working. I've tested it, the sound's perfect. So I lost my dead cat, but just goes to show how good this DJI stuff is. Wow. Funny story about my drone too in the future I'll tell you about. Anyway, first composition for the day. What we have is landscape orientation, taking it all in. Got some nice rocks here as a foreground interest, and got a heavy duty polarizer on just to get rid of that glare, to cut the glare out, especially when the sun comes out. Waiting for the sun to go behind the clouds, take that shot. I'm liking it at about, I've got it at about a sixth a second. That waterfall, it's pretty bunched together and flowing pretty quickly, so it doesn't need to be that long of an exposure. A sixth a second, I might even bump it up to an eighth of a second. Just to try and get a bit of movement. Like, slowing it down too much with this little waterfall, it just doesn't look good. I usually go for about a third of a second, but for this one, I'm going to try about a sixth or an eighth. F16, focusing on the waterfall, that gives me a lot of depth of field, or enough depth of field, keeping the rocks and that in focus. I'm not too worried about them. And yeah, taking it all in. So here's our chance. The sun's pissing off. Now let's just wait a little bit longer. I need some dense cloud over it. It's still a bit too bright. Anyway, I'm going to go to an eighth. Yep, I like that. And it's darkened it down a bit. So focusing on the waterfall. 2-second timer always, which wasn't on there because my camera went to sleep mode. Let's go. Focusing on the waterfall. 2-second timer, eighth of a second, F16, ISO 160. That's it. Ripper. Check it out. right, next comp. This is my favourite comp. Let's try not to knock anything else into the water. Alrighty, so we've got these nice little cascades here as a leading line. We're in portrait mode, and I'm probably going to have to focus stack this one. So we are focusing on the waterfall in the background. Let's take that. So we've got f16, ISO 100, a third of a second, bang. Let's take that shot. Beautiful. Now we're going to come down here. I'm going to focus right here in front of the camera, and bang, take that shot. Boom, and I'm going to do one just in the middle there on the cascades, just to be 100% certain we've got everything in focus, and boom. Fantastic. Love it. Absolutely love it. Yep. I'm really happy with that one. Let's crack on. Next exposure. Let's crack on to the next composition. You know what? I might actually just pull you guys out and show you what's going on the back of this camera. You want to have a look? Yeah, let's have a look. Don't fall in the water, Andrew. Alright, so that is absolutely gorgeous. I really, really, really do like that. Here's what we got. You can see me, but you get the idea. Leading line. Awesome. Alright, third and final shot. The main attraction. That's what it is. So the water coming through here, we've got a few bubbles. And I'm hoping if I could do a long enough shutter speed, long enough exposure, that we could get some really nice leading line here. And obviously the light here as well, it's coming straight through as well, which is just fantastic. And yeah, the main prize, which is the waterfall in the distance. We might need to put a filter on to get the exposure them after though. Yeah, I reckon we're gonna, oh actually, you know what? I'm liking that. I'm really liking that. I think that's fantastic. Done. That was easy. Oh! I just saw a fish jump. A fish? He's probably about this big. I just saw him trying to jump up the waterfall. I don't think you can get up there, mate, but props for trying. Oh, wow. There's some pretty big fish in here. I can see lots of little ones, but that guy was decent size. All right, I'm really liking that, so let's just perfect it. I'm going to take a few more shots. I'm not always happy with the very first shot, even though that is quite nice. Oh, a 2-second exposure might be the go. Do I go and get the filter? I think I do. All right, stay there, guys. I'm going to go get a filter. Slide this bad boy in. Oh, hello, spider. Sorry, mate, you can't sit there. And now I've got the 3-stop in there. I'm going to go to 2 seconds. Yeah, we're going to do a 2-second exposure, but we're going to wait for the clouds to come past again, and then I really think we're going to get these bubbles here coming straight past the camera, and they're really looking cool. I might take 2 shots, 1 2-second to get the real cool bubbles coming past, and then back down to back up to a third of a second to get the waterfall looking good. But the 2-second exposure on the waterfall might look good also. I'm just going to muck around and see what we can find. Then I'm going to jump off that cliff up there. It's not deep enough for that. I wish it was. I did jump off there before, that was good fun. Folks, that's Coree Falls Lower done and dusted. I'm going to head to Pierce's Creek Lower Falls now. I actually just ran into someone. I couldn't believe it. I was really shocked. Came around the corner and I was filming and I was yelling at you guys and these people popped around. So I stopped that recording and said good day to them. They found out about this waterfall on the same list that I did. That's really cool. Never ever 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 seen anyone else out at these waterfalls. So that's a first. But that was awesome. I really hope I got some cool pics and that you liked them. And now I'm gonna go get some food and crack on to Pierce's Creek. And if we've got time, I'll go to Cotter Dam and we'll have a look at that one too. Woo! Let's go. Oh, hey guys, Pierce's Creek Falls, hell yeah, Lower Falls. Now there's only 8% left on you guys, so I better hurry up. I thought I had a car charger, but I didn't. So what I got here, ooh yeah, played around for a bit. You've obviously seen some nice cinematic shots from the drone. So what I got here is I'm going going through the image from the left corner to the bottom left corner to the top right corner. And we're getting that little cascade there, the main falls there, and the bit of the upper falls. Not the very, very upper part, but where that log is just above that. I think this is going to be quite nice. I don't have any filters or the polarizer on. I don't think I really need it under these conditions. So I'm focusing up the top. F16. I've got a 1/4 of a second, ISO 100. Let's see how this turns out. Pretty happy with this. Just level that off a bit. Gotta be quick because you guys are running out of battery. There we go. Okay, 2-second timer. Boom. Bloody ripper. Excellent. where the battery died and we wrapped this adventure up. Thanks so much for watching, legends. If you enjoy my videos, please consider subscribing, as it will motivate me to make more. Also, please let me know in the comments which image is your favourite. Go on, hit that thumbs up while you're at it, and I'll see you on the next adventure.